Hey everybody, it's Evan Palmer, and I'm here today with Matt Jaffe, Mill Valley native, and we're here at the Depot Bookstore in downtown Mill Valley. Matt, I've been so dying to talk to you. We met a couple of years ago at a charity event.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember. I remember it really well. As soon as I saw you, I ran over to you and I said, okay, you got to tell me, how did it happen? One night, one open mic was different from all the others. Tell me about it.
Well, at an open mic at the Sweetwater Music Hall here in Mill Valley. At the time, it was actually still the Masonic Hall that had yet to transform into Sweetwater 2.0. One of my heroes, Jerry Harrison of Talking Heads, was there and offered to produce a record for me.
How did that happen? Was it like afterwards that he came over and...
So it's a slightly longer story that begins a few years earlier, actually. In 5th grade, I was doing a project on Talking Heads, a school project on Talking Heads.
It's 5th grade.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I saw him at a restaurant here in Mill Valley, learned that he lived in town, and I sent him a message, a letter, once people still did snail mail. I sent him a letter asking if I could interview him for this project.
No kidding.
And I never heard back from him. But then one day, my dad was driving me back from a piano lesson, and we saw him in the car next to us. So, we followed him, and he parked at a hardware store here in town, and we got out and said, hey, I sent you a letter. Can I interview you for this? And he kind of was like, oh, yeah, I got that letter, and he let me interview him. He was very gracious, very encouraging, and we struck up a kind of friendship, whatever kind of friendship can be had between a 12-year-old and a rock and roll Hall of Famer.
Right.
So I didn't know he was at that particular open mic, but we did have a history, and I think that history provided a necessary framework for what transpired thereafter.
And he obviously heard something in your songwriting and your performance that he wanted to help you get to the next level.
Yeah, he paired me with some fantastic studio musicians and helped motivate me to form my own band, and most importantly, I think just gave me the confidence and proactive energy to just decide to go after this livelihood. I think it was always an important passion for me doing these shows and open mics, but I think it took that faith from someone who I really admired to sort of take me into the next gear.
Right. So here you are. Now you've toured with some big names already, and you're still such a young guy. You got so much in front of you.
Yeah.
And so you're doing something that's really interesting. You're not only are you the musician that provides music for when we go out and we want to be entertained and we want to hear something new, but you're also becoming the artist, the person that, I want to hear what Matt just wrote. I want to hear something new, something fresh. And you're kind of walking in both worlds. What does that feel like to be not only the musician entertainer, but also the artist that is also creating?
Sure. I think it takes perspective and acknowledgement of what you're going into. I've played lots and lots of gigs over the past 10 or so years. Everything from retirement homes and juvenile halls with Bread and Roses to playing these farmers markets where certain produce vendors will gift you produce as long as you'll turn down your PA. To getting to open for Wilco and Los Lobos up on Mount Tam and Blues Traveler at the Fillmore and around the country.
Gosh.
And
what a mix.
Yeah, it's it can be a little bit of whiplash, really.
Yeah.
And it can be tough trying to grow a career as a songwriter, someone who who's playing shows where people care about a statement versus versus these more sort of background music gigs where music is also a really important factor.
Absolutely.
But whether I'm playing my songs or Bob Dylan, Hank Williams covers, it's sort of immaterial.
Yeah.
In fact, if you whip out Mary Jane's Last Dance, people tend to really love that. And then maybe they'll pay attention for another song if it's yours, but then they'll go back to their cocktails. Which, as a singer-songwriter, can be a little discouraging, but that's why you have to take ownership of the context.
Right.
And
I think that's really good advice right there.
yeah,